If you're looking to move in, even though you don't need a 4th bedroom, in nowadays, a lot of families need an extra bedroom as a study because a lot of people are working from home. So that's definitely is beneficial to you. Also, with the 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, the rental return would be really high. Our vendor has been keeping this property for the last 2-3 years, and all the rental would cover everything. They don't need to pay for anything for this property in the last few years' time. So when you're bidding today, please make sure you push that last final bid, because there are not too many townhouses in such a good condition, so new in Mount Waverley, in such a good location that gives you such a good rental yield and rental income. The location is second to none. Now we are very close to Mount Waverley. We are definitely in the Mount Waverley Secondary College catchment area, where we can walk to the Mount Waverley Secondary College school zone without crossing any main road. Mount Waverley North Primary is just behind this property. It's all within 5 minutes walk. There's a telephone reserve as well. So think about the convenience you're living in this particular location. We are close to the Kmart 24 hours Burwood 1 Kmart shopping center, close to the new shopping center, the Brickworks. We're not too far away from the Glen, and close to Mount Waverley Shopping Village and Train as well. So today, buyers, if you're here to buy, I'll urge you for such a good quality townhouses, it will be very, very hard to find in this area anymore. It's got its own street front, own driveway. You're not sharing any driveway with any other neighbors. You don't need to worry about someone parking in the driveway you can't access to your home. So such a great opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't keep going for much longer. I'll hand over this property to you. Now I'll open 12A Carolina Street, Mount Waverley for bidding. I'm sure there's quite good interest during the course of the campaign. I can see 14 people log on to the Zoom auction today. I'm sure you're here to try and buy the property, not just to watch the auction. It's a great property. Definitely it warrants it. Who would like to go first, ladies and gentlemen? I will hand over to you. Who would like to start? Who would like to go first? We've been quoting $1.1 to $1.15 million. Our vendor is really genuine. Vendors looking to make a decision today and sell the property. So if you're here to buy, I would urge you to join into the competition. Anyone like to start? I think everyone is a bit shy. All right, if no one wanted to start, I won't waste everybody's time. I'll kick it off at the lower end of the range we're quoting at $1,100,000 at a vendor bid. At 1.1's the call. At $1,100,000, I'm looking for $10,000 rise. At $1.1 million the call. At $1,100,000, $10,000 to put you in the box seat. At $1,100,000, who would like to go first? At $1,100,000, I'm looking for $10,000 rise, ladies and gentlemen. At 1.1's the bid. At $1,100,000, 1.11 to put you in the box seat. Welcome to the bidding. Daniel, we've got 1.1 in the vendor bid. Can you give me 1.11? $1,100,000 vendor bid, $10,000 to get you involved. 1.11 is what I'm looking for, Daniel. At $1,100,000 vendor bid, I'll need your 1.1. $10,000 to get you involved. 5,000. We're not at $5,000 at this stage, Daniel. Would you like to come with $10,000, please? At $1,100,000, come with me at 1.11, please. At $1,100,000 to call. 1.11 is what I'm looking for. At $1,100,000, all right, Daniel, I'll take your 5,000. We'll kick things start at $1,105,000. Daniel is holding the highest bid. At $1,100,000, 1.105 is the bid. At $1,105,000 the call, Daniel is holding the highest bid. Who else want to join in? At 1.105 is the call. At $1,105,000, I call it 3 times. First time, 1.105. Second call, $1,105,000, 1.11. Thank you for coming in. That must be Kiona, right? Cho Injan, you're Kiona, correct? 1.11, yes. Thanks for confirming. 1.11 highest bid with Kiona. At $1,110,000, then you come back with another 5, 1.115. $1,115,000 highest bid with Daniel now. 1.115 is the bid. At $1,115,000 back with Daniel. He's holding the highest bid. What do we say, Kiona? At 1.115 is the bid. At $1,115,000, another 5. Can I say, Kiona? At $1,115,000, I'm looking for 1.12. 1.12 is what I'm looking for, Kiona. At $1,115,000, Daniel's holding the highest bid. First call, 1,115,000. Second call at 1.15. Third, final time, 1.12. Kiona is coming back for another 5. At $1,120,000 back with Kiona. At $1,120,000 to call. At 1.12, what do we say, Daniel? At 1.12, we're back with Kiona. At $1,120,000 to call, looking for another 5 or 10. At 1.12, the score is the call. At $1,120,000, then you come back for another 5 if you like. Back to the front, the box seat. At $1,120,000, back with Kiona. At 1.12 is the call. Daniel, what do we say? At 1.12 is the call. With Kiona, another 5. Thank you for coming back. At $1,125,000 to call back with Daniel. At 1.125. At $1,125,000 back with Daniel holding the first bid. At $1,125,000 looking for another 5, Kiona. At $1,125,000 to call another 5, put you back in the front. At $1,125,000, Mount Waverley School Zone, good pocket of Mount Waverley. You've got your own street frontage. There's a lot more I can talk about these townhouses, but the choice is yours. Kiona, back for another 5 if you like. At $1,125,000, Daniel's holding the highest bid. Our vendor is very keen to make a decision today. He's holding the highest bid at the moment. What do we say? First call at 1.125. Second time, $1,125,000. For the third, final time, 1.13. Back for another 5 for Kiona. 1.13 is the call. At $1,130,000, Kiona's back. Anyone else want to join in the competition? I'm not eliminating anyone, ladies and gentlemen. 1.13. Kiona's holding the highest bid at $1,130,000, holding the highest bid, very close to where we need to be at 1.13 is the call. First time, 1.13. Second time, $1,130,000. Daniel, what do you say? Kiona's holding the highest bid. He's got the first and exclusive right to negotiate with our vendor if the property passes into her. At 1.13 is the call with Kiona, 1.14. 1.14 we've got. Daniel's back into the competition at $1,140,000. What do we say, Kiona? We are so close to where we need to be. I'm sure if Daniel is the highest bidder, I'm very sure he will buy the home here today. 1.145. $1,145,000 is a bid. Kiona's not letting it go. At $1,145,000, she's back. At $1,145,000, what do we say, Daniel? At 1.145 is a bid. At $1,145,000 to call back with Kiona. I can take your 1,000, I can take your 2,000, whatever you wanted to call out, Daniel. 1.145 is a bid with Kiona. At $1,145,000 to call, what do we say? $3,000 more, Daniel's back, thank you. At $1,148,000 back with Daniel. At $1,148,000, we're down to $3,000 rise. At $1,148,000 bids with Daniel. What do we say, Kiona? It's just so close. I can guarantee you the property will be sold today if you wanted to buy. 1.15. 1.15 we've got. At $1,150,000. What do we say, Daniel? At $1,150,000, back with Kiona. She's holding the highest bid. Looks like she's going to buy the property here today if no further bidding. At $1,150,000, what do we say? Well, Danny, I'll check with our vendor. Just hold on for a second and I'll come back to you very shortly. I'll seek some instruction from our vendor for you. Okay, Kiona, thank you for your patience. I'll be back very soon. you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a chat with the vendor. It's very clearly they are here to sell today. And the figure we have at the moment is very, very, very close to what we need to be. I'm sure whoever make the next bid will very likely to buy the home here today. So Daniel, you're holding the highest, Kiona, you're holding the highest bid at $1,150,000. It's just so close to where we need to be. We're not quite there yet, but it's very, very close. Whoever put in the next bid will very likely to buy the home here today. Daniel, would you like to come back for another bid? We are just so close. If we pass into Kiona, I'm sure she will buy the property here today. At $1,150,000 bids with Kiona, she's holding the highest bid. And we're very confident the property will be sold to Kiona today if no further advances. At $1,150,000 bids with Kiona. At $1,150,000 bids with Kiona at the moment, what do you say, Daniel? At $1,150,000 is the call. At 1.15 is the bid. At $1,150,000, Daniel, what do we say? We are just so close. I know you are almost at your upper limit, but for such a good home, it's worth another bid, 1,000 or two. It might buy you the home. It's a great location, it's good quality, it's near new. Think about all the facilities around this property and the neighborhood. It's a beautiful neighborhood, walking distance to everything. If you want to keep it as a rental, it covers everything for you, Daniel. Certainly it's worth a little bit more. Another 1,000, 2,000, it could buy your home here today. $1,150,000, what do you say, Daniel? I'll call it 3 times, another 2, back for another 2,000. Thank you, Daniel, for coming back. At $1,152,000, back with Daniel Sakor. He's holding the highest bid at 1.152. At $1,152,000, what do we say, Kiana? 1.155. Thank you. Looks like she's wanted to buy the home. Kiona's back for another 3,000 at 1.155 the call. At $1,155,000, first highest bidder back with Kiona at 1.155. At $1,155,000, ladies and gentlemen, if no further bidding, I'll put this property on the market now. We're selling at $1,155,000. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the market and we're selling the property, Daniel, at 1.155 the call. At $1,155,000. Daniel, what do we say? 1.157, $2,000 more. Thank you for coming back, Daniel. Kiona, we are on the market, 1.15, 1.16. Back with Kiona at $1,116,000. We are on the market, ladies and gentlemen, when we are selling the property here today at 1.16, $1,160,000 with Kiona at $1,160,000. Surely worth a little bit more, $1,000 more back with Daniel at $1,161. At $1,161,000, Daniel's buying the home. Looks like he's holding the key. At $1,160,000, 1.165 back with Kiona. At $1,165,000, what do we say, Daniel? At $1,165,000 on the market, selling the property. At $1,165,000 for the first call. Second call. For the third, final call at $1,165,000, 12A Carolina Street, Mount Waverley Secondary School Zone, on-street frontage. Daniel, what do we say? With no further advances, Kiona is holding a key to the property. At $1,165,000, what do we say, ladies and gentlemen? Anyone holding back, now it's time to join the competition because we are on the market. We're selling the property here today at $1,165,000. Are we all done? All finished, all silent? Josh, Jared, can you please give a call to Daniel and confirm whether Daniel is still in or out, please? At $1,165,000, 1.167. No, he's not. At $1,167,000, back with Daniel. At 1.167. At $1,167,000, back with Daniel. At $1,167,000, Kiona, what do we say? I think go for 1.17, it might stop the bidding. At $1,167,000, Daniel is holding the highest bid. at 1,169. Round it up to 1.17, Kiona, at $1,169,000 back with Kiona, at $1,169,000 a call, at $1,169,000, looking for another 10, if another 1,000, Daniel, if you want, buy you the home, at $1,169,000 for the first time, second time, third, final call, $1,169,000, 1.17. Daniel's back for another one at $1,170,000. At 1.17 is the bid. At $1,170,000 back with Daniel. At 1.17 is the call. At strong bidding, well done, Kiona. At $1,175,000 back with Kiona. At 1.175 is the call. At $1,175,000 bids with Kiona. At $1,175,000 call, I've called it down 3 times, Daniel. At 1.175. At 1.175 is the bid, $1,000 more, 1.176. $1,176,000 back with Daniel. At 1.176. At 1,177. 77 back with Kiona. At $1,177,000. We've just sold a 3-bedroom townhouse on Simpson Street for over 1.3 million. It's still a very good value at this level at $1,177,000. Looks like Kiona wants to buy the home. I'll call it down 3 more times. First call, 1.179. Daniel's back for another 2. At 1 million, go for 1.18, Kiona. Lucky number 8. Could buy you the home. It may stop here, who knows. At 1.179, back with Daniel. $1,179,000 with Daniel. What do we say, Kiona? At $1,179,000, I'll call it down 3 times. First call, 1.179, 1.18, bang. Well done, Kiona. We got to the lucky number. At $1,180,000, what do we say? First call, 1.18. Second call, 1,180,000. For the third, final call, $1,180,000. Are we all done? All finished? All silent? Kiona's holding the high speed. I think our colleagues is just checking with Daniel if she's done, just in case there's any further biddings from him. We don't want to stop. We don't want to miss out any bids for a vendor. $1,180,000. Any further advances? Daniel, if you're finished, if you're out, can you just type in the chat box you've done? Otherwise, I'll give you 3 more times. I'll call it down 3 more times. If no advances, Kiona is buying the property here today. First time, 1.18. Second call, $1,180,000 bids with Kiona now on the market. We're selling the property. For the third, final time, $1,180,000 for 12A Carolina Street, Mount Waverley. No further advances. Once the contract hits my hand, the property will be sold. Daniel, I can't take any late bids. I can't take any late offers because we are selling. We're selling. And we are sold. Congratulations, Kiona. Welcome to the on the auction here today, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for your participation. On behalf of the team at Jellis Monash, we thank you for your participation and we wish you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Kiona, can you just stay on Zoom? I'll give you a call now. Thank you.